Hi everyone, good afternoon. How are you doing today? I think today we are going to have the exact same problem we had last time with the window and the bright, sunshine from outside. I don't know what I can do for that, to be honest. I'm not sure. I left the exposure setting automatic, so that may help a bit, maybe. At least I won't completely disappear if it gets brighter outside. I don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah, it was a problem. Maybe not last time, but maybe the stream before or something like that. It was so annoying. So finger crossed that's not going to be the case. Also, yeah, maybe I should have put my screen maybe a bit brighter. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that later on. But yeah, that I can't do much more. Oh, that seems better now. We'll see. Sometime when I launch the stream, I just hope that the weather is actually going to be quite bad outside, so I can have, constant lighting and control lighting and not something like that. So that seems to be actually getting worse. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, how is everyone doing this weekend? I had to skip the stream last weekend. I was traveling. Was I traveling? Yeah. What date is it today? 25th, which means that last week I was just back from traveling. I came back to London on Tuesday morning. I was in Austin, Texas for about a week for work. So yeah, last Saturday I was actually moderating a panel at an event, a startup event in London, and so yeah, I had to skip the stream. You know what? I was hoping to have a guest booked for the Friday before, and in some way, I'm glad I didn't, because when I came back on Tuesday, I was just so tired between the jet lag. I didn't necessarily slept well when I was there, especially the last night. Some crazy stuff happened. Well, not that crazy, but the someone in the hotel kind of woke me up in the middle of the night, and I couldn't get back to sleep. So it's like I completely skipped the night, then got into a plane for 10 hours something, and when I came back here, it was kind of midday by the time I got my luggage back, which means I just started working immediately. I had some meetings and some stuff I had to attend to. So yeah, it's I had a long time with no sleep. So let's say that. So yeah, on the Friday, I'm glad that I didn't book any guests because I would have been just too exhausted to actually focus on my guest. So that's for the better, right? Hey Luke, how are you doing? That's so nice to see you here. How have you been? Yeah, I was actually saying I just came back from Austin, Texas, and it was great. I had a great time there. I was there for work. I stayed for something like 5 days, but it was good. Exhausting, but good. So now I'm just starting. I think getting back on my sleep. Catching back on some sleep, and also getting back in the right time zone. So that's all good. I even took a day off last week when I came back, and it felt just really good to get some rest for a few days. That means that because I'm not working on Fridays, I had Thursday, Friday, and the weekend to get some good rest, and that was exactly what I needed. So now I'm back with lots of energy. And yeah, no, that's so good to be back on the stream. For me, it feels like I haven't been live for ages, but actually, I just skipped 1 week, and that's just it. Yeah, you saw my post on Facebook about coming back from Texas. Yeah, exactly. for me that was a big deal. That was my first time there, and I had such a great time meeting so many people because I was there for work. During the day I had the conference, so I was meeting lots of people, and at night you have a bunch of events and kind of parties. It's not really parties, it's a mix between real parties and just networking events and receptions and this kind of things. But that means that you're fully busy. And I was there alone, and funny enough, everyone was just very surprised when I was saying that, yeah, I was just alone from my team and just traveling alone. And they were like, oh, you have lots of courage. I was like, no, that's not courage. It's fine. I'm fine with that. So I actually created, very poorly, I realize, a thread on Twitter about that. And it ended up being a thread maybe of like 15 items. I think that was maybe too long. So what I'm going to do, and Luke, maybe you can help me with that. Maybe you have more experience with me on LinkedIn than I do, but I would like to take this thread and make it a LinkedIn post. And I'm not really up to date with LinkedIn. So what's the best? Is it to create an article? Is it to create just a post for that? Like, what's really the difference? Because I don't know about LinkedIn. I've been on there for years, and I'm quite active. Actually, I had suddenly a huge amount of DM on LinkedIn, and yesterday so it was Friday, I had my day off, so I took the day to actually go over all my DMs, reply to everyone, make sure that I take some notes on things that need more than just a reply. I also went into all my invite requests and replied also to everyone, accepted, or I cleared this out. I managed to reach kind of the equivalent of inbox zero, where I have no requests on LinkedIn that are unanswered. Great, that's perfect. Meta Murai, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your sub. And you say 2 years already. Amandine for blue sub. Why for blue? What's the thing about blue sub? Is it something about the blue tick on Twitter? Thank you so much anyway, which I'm right. That's really amazing. And yeah, I can't believe it's been 2 years. That means that it's been 2 years since I have subs on Twitch. I mean, that's just crazy. Look, you say articles on LinkedIn are good for long content but get very little engagement. But if you want it as a link to share with people, an article might be best. I see. I think put together in a LinkedIn post, that shouldn't be that big. I mean, it's basically, because I did it over Twitter first, that's basically just something like 15 points, right? Or a bit less than that, but like 10 points. Some of them have a few sentences that I had to spread over 15, 18 Twitter posts. But that means that they weren't all completely full first, and yeah, I think it could work as a post, especially if long content gets less engagement. Doesn't make sense, right? What I want is basically, I don't necessarily want to share the link with people. It's more about it's more about sharing my experience, and especially since so many people were surprised and asked me questions about it. Like, especially on the last day, I've met a woman, and she was, let's say, in a stressful situation that evening, and we had some chit chat while we were waiting for our Ubers, and she told me, yeah, if you're going to write something about it, that would be super useful. I want to read about that. So that kind of pushed me to be like, okay, just got back, let's do that, let's write something. So yeah, I think I'm going to put in a post then, and hope that it will get a bit of engagement, or some people will find it helpful in some ways. Yeah, that should fit, I think. I haven't checked the requirements. Yeah. Talking about LinkedIn, have you applied to their creator program? They have launched their creator program application a few weeks ago. I just came across it. I think I was quite targeted by their ads. So it's a creator program for LinkedIn. So I guess to help people create content on LinkedIn and makes the most of the features and the video stuff. But it's like, yeah, kind of a small accelerator program. And I received like so many ads on, not just on LinkedIn. Actually, I didn't see anything on LinkedIn. I received the ads on Instagram, on Facebook, which is funny because I am barely active there, and still received all that, right? So yeah, a bit odd. Oh, you didn't know about that. You've had creator mode for ages, but you haven't heard about this new one. So it's not really something on LinkedIn per se, in the sense that it's not like a new category on LinkedIn. It's more like an accelerator program for people who want to be a bit more active and create more content on LinkedIn. Oh, you have taken a break a bit from posting over the last month or so. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really sure what this program is about. So I was curious and I saw that the program was specific to the UK creators, either for people who are already creating content or for people who want to create more content. And, I have tried to join some programs for people on YouTube, and every time I just felt a bit like it didn't necessarily all apply to me, because yes, I do want to grow the channel and I do want to reach to more people, but in the same time, all these like creator, I don't know, camps and other programs like that, the problem is quite often they are targeting people who want to make it on YouTube and people who want to create entertaining content, like really real entertainment. You know what I mean? Like people who want to become Mr. Beast. That's not what I want to do with my channel, and so quite often I just don't find it works much for me. And also it's very much US focused, and I don't know, it never really worked out. I managed to get accepted in a creator program earlier this year, and I missed everything just because everything was going on at US time and in the middle of the night for me. And I do a bunch of things, right? And my YouTube channel is, I like it, I love it, and I like creating content, but I don't have that much time for it. So I wasn't going to wake up in the middle of the night just to join a seminar or join a video call with people. So it didn't work out. The web page says the applications are now closed. Yes, it's closed indeed. I think it closed on the 21st. I just managed to finish my application when I got back. So what happened is I noticed this maybe a few days before leaving for Austin, and I started the application in one go, and then I realized you have to create a short video, and I didn't have the time for that. So I went to Austin, and when I came back, I basically just had to do the video before submitting. So I also saw it at the last minute, or decided to apply at the last minute. And I think maybe I don't know, maybe they pushed on ads because they wanted more creators. I'm not sure. But for sure, what interested me is that it was targeting UK creators, which mean that they wouldn't be things that doesn't match my time zone, and I wouldn't feel too alienated by being in the UK. But also because it's LinkedIn, I don't really get everything that's going on LinkedIn. Like I do stream on LinkedIn for the interviews, not the rest of the streams. I want to do more. I want to be able to reach out to more people on LinkedIn, but I just don't know all the features. Like, can I get any analytics to understand if people are really watching my videos on LinkedIn? Like, what's the real reach of that? I want to really better understand what I can do. to improve my presence on LinkedIn, and maybe also tweak a bit my profile to appear more as a creator. Not sure exactly how to do that, but yeah, if I can do something like that. I applied. There's also like a small grant to it, and yeah, I could use the small grant as well to improve some maybe get a real camera. That will be amazing. Just get a real camera instead of my webcam. That would be the best upgrade and the main upgrade I can think of. But also, if I can invest in a bit more in marketing, maybe stop doing everything manually myself, but be able to get a bit of budget to test a few things, like maybe some kind of ads or some kind of promotions things, to help grow the channel. That would be fantastic. So finger crossed. Luke, you would love a new camera as well. Yeah. What kind of webcam do you have, Luke? And do you have a specific camera in mind you'd like to upgrade to? Right now, I still have my C920, and it works fine. It works fine for sure, but yeah, sometimes I'd like just a bit more definition, be able to have a better quality in low light. Maybe I would be able to do more creative things as well. Logitech C920, which is so old. Yeah, mine is old too, but you know what? I don't think that the one that came just after was really better. I think it actually, for streaming, it's worse. I think it was the C922, and I've been reading lots of reviews, and I don't think it was really great for live streaming. I think it had some problems. So the one that is actually a bit better is the Brio, the Logitech Brio. I think it's quite good. I have seen some reviews and it looks much better, but then the price is also quite higher. So I think this one, even if it's quite old, it's a good balance between the price, the quality, the flexibility. But yeah, having maybe the Brio could be a nice upgrade before getting into a full camera. The thing with the camera is that you can't just, I don't think I can just put it on the top of my screen as I do now. So you just need a different, another tripod to put there. You need to find the right angle, and also you may need to have a bit more space behind the desk or wherever you put it. In my case, that should be fine, but also you need to have the what's the name of that? The recorder, not the recorder, the cam link. No, it's not the cam link. Oh, brain freeze. I don't remember the name of the thing, but to be able to connect in real time, like live, between your camera and your computer. So that's $100 in addition, which is okay, but you don't necessarily want to use that every day. So it's like, yeah, I think it's good to have both. Look, webcams are really good for ease of use and speed when recording. I completely agree, yes, I agree. And even for every day, like I use this computer for my day job. They don't provide me with a computer or anything. And even if I had a laptop for work, I would still, I think, just stay on my desk and just connect to my screen. So that's actually a good setup I have, I think. Even if I have just one screen, still. So my streaming computer is also my everyday computer, which means that now I also use my webcam and my microphone that I'm using right now every day for video calls. So it's very useful to have everything all ready to go. And before, I wasn't connecting my mic all the time, and I'm just starting having some problem with my Blue Yeti. So I think there's something about the cable that's kind of become a bit jiggly. I don't know. So I'm now keeping it constantly plugged in, and I just put it on mute when my computer is off. But yeah, I just keep it plugged in just to make sure that it stays put, and I don't keep removing the cable every time I finish a call and just plugging it again. So yeah, there is something about the ease of use with the webcam. So even if I had a proper camera, I think I will just use it for the live streams. Maybe it will encourage me to create a bit more content, like other content. I don't know, but I will definitely keep my webcam as it is, just for everyday's call, because it's so useful. And you don't necessarily want to have like your big camera constantly being running, or being on and off every time you have a call. Like I can have calls sometimes 3-4 times a day. So yeah, not the best. Oh, you also have a Blue Yeti, look. That's nice. We have kind of the same setup, right? I'm actually very happy with my Blue Yeti. I've tried different things to improve the quality of the sound. Nothing really worked. I don't have like oh, today I'm really bad with finding my words, finding the specific names. The thing to modulate the sound and to improve the sound that goes between your microphone and your computer. So I don't have that. I just use the Blue Yeti on its own. But I've tried to use something like this device but on the computer, so I can do some modification, like clean a bit my voice. But it didn't got better than what the Blue Yeti does on its own. Maybe I'm just not good enough at like tweaking the settings for the sound, but I didn't really find it much better, so I just reverted to keep it simple to just the Blue Yeti on its own. Much easier, nothing to tweak, and it works well. So yeah, the main thing I'd like to upgrade would be my my camera. I have made an attempt, and I still have it. Like, a few months ago on the stream, I built a webcam. I followed some tutorials. I got this, like all the different parts. There's actually a spider web on it. I got it for Christmas. I got the different parts. I followed some tutorial to build this small camera with a Raspberry Pi, and never worked. It never worked because of a software problem. So basically, I am keeping an eye on GitHub, and there's some people working on it, but I think the problem comes from Raspberry Pi. I think they have to do something about it. So I kind of have two choices to make it work one day: either to wait for the problem to be fixed, or to change the type of Raspberry Pi I have on it. So yeah, I could just do that, but also because I'm not 100% sure about the results, I haven't yet. So I love the idea, of building your own like small camera. I really had fun building it. I was terrible at it, but it was very interesting and very much fun to do it on the stream. And that's just a shame I never really got to test the quality of it. So I can't even tell you if it's any good in terms of the quality of the camera itself. Seems okay, but I never really got it to work. So about every day I check the GitHub, or every week I check the GitHub to see if there's any improvements, any new update on it. So far nothing, so maybe one day that would be great. But yeah, since I haven't got any budget yet to upgrade my webcam to something else, I haven't really been looking for it. Like you mentioned looking into Lumix. I haven't even looked into what I would buy really if I had the budget, because I think it would depend of the budget also. And there's so many new camera coming up every year. I remember looking into it a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I remember seeing some really good camera that I could get. But yeah, there's so many new camera coming up every year that we'll see. We'll see if I get into the LinkedIn Creator Program. I don't know exactly all the terms yet, but if I get into it, then maybe I'll look into using the grant to buy a camera to upgrade the quality of the stream. Yeah, I think I'll do that at that time. One camera that I really loved once, I went to VidCon a few years ago. Good experience, to be honest. I don't think I would go back there necessarily. I think it's coming actually, or is it in the US? I don't know. I received some emails recently. But yeah, I went to VidCon, and there was this booth in the exhibition area that was the kind of the only nerdy booth, and I loved it. It was a Blackmagic camera there, and lots of like Blackmagic stuff, and it was super cool. Suddenly you want to be able to invest in your setup, but then prices are so expensive. I can't justify such professional hardware. Like, no, I can't do that right now. But that would be so much fun, and when you're there, you see it, and you're like playing around with all this cool hardware, and you're like, oh yeah, I want to buy everything. And the quality was just really amazing. Not just the quality, but also the size of the camera. It was very compact, very light, compared to many other camera that could achieve the same level of quality. So yeah, but I'm not going to get one. That would be amazing, but yeah, no. So we'll see when I have a bit of budget for that, what I go for. But yeah, I'll be looking into it at that time. Something that I won't be able to change anytime soon is the light fluctuation, because I'm so close to the window. Right now my curtains are all closed, but still the fluctuation of sunshine outside affects a lot the light I have inside, and it changes everything on my settings. So I can't really be like, oh yeah, I have found my perfect settings and setup, because I can't completely control my environment, which is okay. I guess it brings a bit more some natural light and natural life to it. Look, I love camera gear. Always fun looking into it. Yes, it is, right? So look, apart from camera stuff, any tech news recently that you find interesting? Anything that I may have missed recently? What I've seen recently have been, okay, two things that have popped up a lot on my timeline is MetaHuman, that now for the past few weeks is not in beta in Unreal Engine anymore, but it's actually fully integrated into it, right? So I haven't checked, but I think you don't need any more to get into the a separate website. So let's see. MetaHuman in Unreal and in the news. So yeah, so that's from the news is from 2 weeks ago, and it's now a plugin for Unreal. So there has been a new wave of tweets and messages about it, about MetaHumans. I think also this morning I saw someone mixing MetaHuman and machine learning facial recognition to do some kind of a mix, some kind of a deep fake with Tom Cruise, I think. So I haven't really looked into it. I don't know how much is really from a deepfake, how much is from MetaHuman, but I think they kind of mixed the two of them, using a MetaHuman avatar to recreate Tom Cruise in some situation. So yeah, now it's not in beta anymore. I don't know if there are any new features though. I think now it may just be easier to use it because it's a full plugin instead of being something on a separate website. So I think it kind of open new possibilities and new controls, but I don't think there's many new features. From the screenshots that I see, it doesn't seem that there's much more in terms of features. So it's the same MetaHuman, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. And the other thing that I've seen also popping up a lot is OpenAI with Minecraft. So maybe I can share that with you. So let's see, what can I do to share? Okay, I've prepared some stuff, so I'm going to maybe remove them. Okay, the window capture, I'm going to show something else. Does it work? Nope. Of course not. Oh, this one. Okay, that wasn't the right one that I was trying to share. So no, that's too small. So I'm going to unshare this one, share this one maybe. Okay, that may be a bit better. So let me share with you the video with the sounds, and maybe we can see, maybe there are new features after all.
Welcome to MetaHuman for Unreal. This is a quick start guide to show you how to convert your character meshes into rigged MetaHuman.
Okay, let's watch on YouTube, that will be much
Rigged
better.
MetaHumans. First, make sure that the MetaHuman plugin is installed and enabled inside your project. Keep in mind this is an experimental plugin and the assets it uses might change between releases.
Okay.
Don't worry though, the MetaHumans it generates are tried and tested rigged assets for MetaHuman. If your model is made of multiple meshes, make sure you tick Combine Meshes, as the eyes are an important component for the process. Static meshes and skeleton that you bind it. Next, you create a MetaHuman identity asset. It can be agreements and next, we need to promote a frame for tracking. This effect phase takes to prevent tax schemes and toggle between frame body part.
Actually, that would be quite a nice tutorial to follow. We did one stream on MetaHuman where we tried to recreate Alex, my co-founder. It was actually quite fun to play around, even though I found some settings a bit. Sometimes I wish I could do more, but at the same time I don't know what I would do differently. But yeah, that could be interesting because this is basically, I thought it would be like a demo, not a demo, but more like a promotional video saying, oh yeah, now you have a plugin, and instead it's more of a tutorial thing. But that's interesting because this tutorial is actually now more about the animation and how you actually rig the MetaHuman into Unreal. So I think that's the big difference. You could do that before, but I think it was a bit more complex. It was a bit more of a nightmare. So now that it's a plugin, you can actually have more rigged feature, right? I think that's what I understand now, that it's a plugin. It's like now it's not in beta, so you don't have to do like dodgy things to actually integrate it into Unreal, but it's actually fully integrated now, so you do have tutorials and stuff to help you achieve that. So that's what I get from that. And as I said, the other things that I have seen, that I have seen a lot recently, has been some things on Twitter about OpenAI and in Minecraft, right? So they have released a new model where you have an AI that learns to play Minecraft, and so that sounds quite nice. Especially, having built my own startup, doing especially that, not in Minecraft, but we integrated with Dota, so we had some AI playing Dota, and then we had some AI playing smaller games to show how it works. So I'm especially interested into the progress on this, and it's really exciting. Now it's still far from big adoption and like seeing machine learning in games, especially game AIs using machine learning, so we're still far from that, unfortunately. But I think it's quite cool, so let's see. Apparently, this person, so that's one of the tweets that I was checking out earlier, and I think they've tried different things to kind of break it and show like some kind of bugs and some really weird behavior of the AI. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not really a pro at Minecraft. I don't know much about Minecraft. I've never played. I know that's kind of a shame to admit. I've never played Minecraft. I've watched lots of people playing Minecraft. I've never really got into it. So let's see. Okay, so some AI that they got a diamond pickaxe really fast. Interesting. So apparently that's impressive, but I think you need to understand better the game than I do to really understand why it's impressive. So yeah, there's some interesting things. I think I have shared this thread on my Twitter, have I? Oh no, I haven't. Well, you know what? Let's do it right now. Because right now, for some reason, I am sharing a screen where I am fully connected on my social media. So let's do that. Retweet. Okay, so if anyone is interested in this specific thread, you can check out my Twitter, and I just retweeted this thread. And there is also in the first tweet, there is a link to OpenAI's own tweets on this, and a link to their blog. So if anyone is interested in learning more about how they're doing it, what it means, what they've trained to do, how they're actually training it, you can just check out the official blog post from OpenAI, and that's usually the best way to find the information, right? I'm sharing right now and getting back here. Look, you say you never saw the appeal of it. You never saw the appeal of Minecraft or the appeal of using machine learning based game AIs in such a game, or training an AI to play Minecraft or any game. For Minecraft, I get the idea. I understand the interest, the fact that you can do everything that you want. You can create your own objective, your own game. You have a lot of things around crafting objects. You can create your own like environment where you get your kind of build your own castle and all that. So Minecraft in general, you say, never saw what was fun, but maybe I should try it. I think also I've seen lots of people also playing with other people, or just giving themselves some objectives, like, oh yeah, I want to build this kind of weird construction with these kind of weird materials, or I don't even know how you really play the game, because I've only seen people playing this way where they just are trying to achieve something very specific they want to do. But the interesting part about using machine learning in such a game is that it can do a large number of things, right? You have so many things you can do in Minecraft. You can interact with the zombies. You can be in some servers where there are some modifications and the rule may work differently. You have the construction aspect of the game, you have the crafting aspect, and I think from a machine learning perspective, that's quite an environment that can be challenging, but also where you do have the time and the environment, like you can explore the environment without being attacked constantly. You have some games where it's actually more tricky, I think, and Minecraft may be like providing such environment that is rich enough, so you have different kind of gameplay that you can explore, different kind of things you can do, but in the same time you can as well focus on one specific thing. So yeah, I think it gives it's quite an interesting thing. And I like the fact that it brings also more discussions around using machine learning in video games. I mean, yes, my co-founder and I, we moved on from Wild Meta. We are not working on it anymore, but we still have the code. We still have this technology that enables us to train an agent to play any kind of game. And so yeah, I think if one day we can just make some use of it, that would be fantastic. So just seeing more interest in this space, maybe seeing some adoption at some point, that would be just a big win. Also for us, just to say, okay, yeah, we were this amount of years early, but maybe we can restart it, or maybe we can share our experience building this startup, and when there is more interest in the space, share our journey, share more about the technology, more about the challenges, more. So, I see some good opportunities, even if there is no direct impact now that we have both moved on into something other stuff. Still, I'm quite curious about it. I'm curious about how people are doing it now, what techniques they're using, what's changing, can they really adopt that, what kind of use cases also, because I remember exploring so many use cases depending on the type of game, and I'm sure that use cases that are going to rise may be use cases that are different from what we've initially explored. So I'm really curious about all that, to be honest. So that's why I'm excited. I don't really necessarily have, anything from this ecosystem and this thing growing. But I have a personal interest. When you dedicate some of your time, like almost 2 years, yeah. When you dedicate 2 years to a concept, to an idea, even if you don't make it happen, just knowing that, yeah, you may have moved the needle a bit. You may have had some influence in some things, or you just have been part of the movement early on. You just want it to just happen, even if it's not you leading it, or if you're not part of it. You just want it to happen, And I think that's what happened in most emerging technologies. I remember when I was working in virtual reality and augmented reality, that was the same thing, where everyone had their own different focus and their own different vision about how adoption would happen. But in the end, it didn't really matter if it was someone else leading the way. What really mattered was that the entire industry was getting a bit more exposure and adoption was increasing, and even if it's not about what you're building. And blockchain in Web3 is slightly different though, because you do have massive awareness, so it's different problematics in terms of adoption. But yeah, in all these emerging technologies, that's what's usually happen. You want to see more adoption, more interest in the space, because that benefits the entire ecosystem. And just because you dedicate your time to it, you're like, yeah, we're eventually talking about it. It's a bit like when you're trying to explain your family what you're working on, and years after they get it, they understand what you were working on a few years ago, and then you're trying to explain what you're working on right now, and maybe in a few years they will get it. That happened to me when I was in VR AR, and then I moved into blockchain and then AI. And so my family was just starting to get virtual reality. They didn't need explanation on that anymore, or augmented reality. But then, they would catch up about the next thing. Look, maybe your code just needs to find the right game. Yeah, the right game or the right startup that may benefit. Maybe, I think that there is also a problem of business model in some way. So if a game wanted to acquire such technology, definitely I would be very happy to work with them and to sell them the IP and the technology. All the work we've done, definitely yes. Either a game or a startup that finds the right business model to work with video games, or even a startup that has nothing to do with video games but uses video games technology and game engines for their own technology. So yeah, I think that's why we haven't really completely shut down the company. We are not working on it full time right now, but at some point interest might raise again. Some people may be interested in collaborating or acquiring us, who knows, in the future. So we don't want to be like, oh yeah, we closed the company and it's something from the past, because that's something that is happening right now, and we see more and more people talking about it, researching it. We're still far from adoption, but who knows in the coming months. Squared Mo, put your code in Valorant. You can't just put your code where you want, right? So you have to have the approbation of the game studio. I mean, you can hack it, but that's not the objective, and that would require lots of work. Lots of work to adapt, to train the technology and to train the AI for one specific game. So without any incentives, let's say, there's many things we could have done. When we decided to stop working on it full time, we still had many ideas to either improve the technology, do new demos, these kind of things. But then the big question was, can we really wait for the adoption to happen? Can we really do something to push adoption? And can we stick around long enough to be part of it? And the answer in that case was no, because we weren't generating any revenue. We could have tried something with Valorant, or reach out to the team, or these kind of things. But maybe in a few years, maybe if someone from there is interested in collaborating, we keep our options open, let's say, in that way. And I don't know if that's the best as a founder. Recently this week I have seen several founders on LinkedIn saying, okay, we officially close our company and we're moving on. And in our situation, we haven't really done that because it can pick up, because it's not something that if we don't work on it for quite some time, it's going to die. Yeah, the company and its name, but not the technology, and the technology is still very much relevant today. So that's why we're also keeping it warm. We know that what we've built is super cool on the technical aspect, and so we haven't found our audience, our match that time, but there could be opportunities in the future. So who knows, right? But we're keeping all doors open, let's say, for the future. And I was discussing the exact same thing last weekend when I was in Austin. Someone also working in video games, not in machine learning though, but in video games, and some very technical stuff for video games. And I was like, oh, good luck, because I've tried. It's tough. It's tough to get there. It's tough to come in with a very technical solution and get the studios to adopt it. And they were like, yeah, it's tough for them too. But it was a very interesting discussion, and they were saying the same thing, like, yeah, keep your startup warm on the side, because that is going to pick up again. So we'll see on that. We'll see. At least just reading about it, reading what people are working on, even if that's purely research and not yet applied like on a wider scale, accessible to everyone. Like, yeah, it stays on the research, but that's super cool. Are you a programmer? No, I am not. I've been working with tech all my life, but I am not a programmer. My co-founder was a machine learning. He's a machine learning specialist, but no, I've never really been on the development access, like on the development part. I'm more on the business and marketing and all this stuff. Look, love the idea of keeping it ready in the background as well. Great idea. Well, I think there's the startups that are timely, so they happen at a specific timing, and if it doesn't work out for some reason, you can't really revive it, or it requires lots of work because it relies on community, on something that is very timely. But especially in emerging technologies, there are a number of things that is just the timing aspect is still key, but it's just that you are very early. Maybe there is something that is missing in your technology that is going to be developed later on, or maybe just adoption isn't here yet for your business model to be viable. And there's a number of things in emerging technologies that it makes sense, right? And if you can't stick around during this like buffer time, like in between, that's okay. I've seen that actually in virtual reality and augmented reality a few years ago, where you had some great things, but because adoption wasn't here then, still tough today, but it's slightly better. Then I think it was okay for lots of people to just be jumping in and out, and then you come back when you think it makes sense, or you don't if you have better to work on, right? But having a startup is not just being on or off. There's lots of in-between situations where you're like, yeah, I have a job, I do other things. I've done that. Maybe it can be relevant in the future, maybe not. What about you, Luke? What are you up to? And Squared Mo, what are you up to these days? Any new projects? Any new things? There's a delay, so there's always this moment where it's a bit weird. I'm like asking something, either no one is going to answer, or I will just check out the chat while yeah, you answered. Look, working full-time still and enjoying not having the stress of all the projects for now. I don't remember what it's like. I have to be honest, I don't remember what it's like to be just focusing on one thing at a time. Some of my colleagues are step by step discovering what I do on the side, and it's actually funny. To have some colleagues saying, "Oh yeah, I've seen your post about that. Oh, so you're doing this and that." Because we all have our Friday off, so I guess everyone is managing their things as they want. Maybe some people are just resting. Maybe some people want to spend time with their family, whatever. But yeah, I have my Fridays kind of busy between the stream, between doing some consulting for some startups. So I love it, but it does bring some stress also, where you don't really chill out completely. You always have something in the back of your mind for one of your project at least. I know, for example, that I need to find my next guest. I am hoping to get a stream, an AMA for next week, but I'm not sure yet. It takes me just ages to find new guests. I need to improve on that, and also because I have been doing less events with startups, I get slightly less exposure to startups. So yeah, it gets a bit more tricky, but I'll manage. But yeah, no, that's pretty nice, being able to just post some project. I am a bit worried, and please tell me if you feel that way also, but I am worried that if I pause a project, a side project for a while, that I'm not going to get back to it ever. Like, I will be enjoying so much having back some free time that I am not going to, yeah, just revive it or work on anything else after that. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But for example, for my YouTube channel and for the AMAs, quite often if I don't have a guest or if I struggle finding a guest, then I'm like, is it worth doing? Should I keep doing it? Can I do a pause? And then if I do a pause, am I going to lose everyone? Like, yeah, you're always wondering a lot of things. So sometimes I have to skip guests, but that's why also I try to do stream now in the between. So even if I don't manage to secure a guest, I am still live. People still remember that I do stuff. Look, I will definitely not come back to some projects, but others are easier to get back into it, depending on the idea. Right. Yeah, so for you it was a way of taking some time for you, but also at the same time kind of close some project you were working on. Yeah, no, that sounds good. And sometimes you just need to have time for yourself, right? Don't do anything for the weekends, for a few weekends in a row. And yeah, no, I completely get that. I had a few chill out weekends recently, and that's why I don't have a guest. Because I've been resting instead of being contacting people. And also I feel that it's easier when you meet people in real life, and because I haven't been attending many startup events recently, dropping a line to a founder and being like, hey, do you want to come on my stream? I host AMAs, come be my guest. It's a bit more tricky to convince people. Look, it helps to have time reflecting if you're enjoying the project as well, and if you should win it down. That's right, yes. Sometimes when you're just doing it as a habit, you don't really have the time to reflect on it. You're just thinking about the next deadline and the next things that you have to do. So I completely agree, yeah. And sometimes also, I know that sometimes when I don't have a guest, it just pushed me to think, oh, what can I do to improve what I do? What else could I be doing? Is it enough? Is it really a big deal? And like, okay, what can I do, or how can I use this time maybe to improve a bit what I'm doing? So I've been thinking about a few things, and especially that's why for today I have a few tutorials that I'd like to follow, because that's things that not just following a tutorial to get new skills, but also because that's something that I could use to improve my stream. So for example, on my list for today, I got, a few tutorials, and I'm definitely not going to do them all. But if we can do one or two, I have one that is about animated numbers, but starting from scratch. So kind of like something I could use as a counter when I start the stream. Because right now when I start the stream, I have like this waiting screen, but there is no notion about when I'm actually going to be starting. And I know that some people may stop by and they see that, oh, I'm actually not live, so they just go. If I can put a counter there just saying, oh, I'm live in 5 minutes, that could help, right? But then I don't know how complex it can be. Another thing would be to have some kind of animation at the start, what can I do for that? So maybe a liquid logo introduction, something a bit cool. And so instead of using presets, I am looking into tutorials where you start from scratch. Also a progress bar. So during the AMA, we are live for an hour, and that's about it, right? The interview is just an hour long. So since we know already the duration, maybe I could have like an animated progress bar on the top of the AMA while we're live, to indicate to people who are joining maybe in the middle of the interview where we are in the interview, and also people re-watching the interview later on. So small things like that. Another thing I like to do, but for that I have no idea how to do it yet, would be to have something when there is an interaction, on the top over there. Okay, top over there. When someone subscribe, when someone follow one of the channels, could be YouTube, could be Twitch. There is a small thing over there, right? For the follow, for the bits also, for the subs, all that. I'd like to do something more, something that can be visible, a bit more visible, that catch attention, even during the AMAs, without having to. So let's say when I am in an interview, it's very difficult to just pause the interview to thank someone who just follow, because we just have an hour with this person, and the person may be speaking, and you don't want to interrupt just to say, oh, thank you Metamurai for a sub or something like that, right? So something visual that just maybe catch a bit of attention, so the person sees that we're noticing it, but in the same time doesn't really break the discussion, and that is a bit more fun, like brings a bit more visual. What does it look like? My stream, when I have a guest, it looks like this. Ooh, that's definitely not a good one. Where is it? That's not a good screenshot. That was me earlier messing around with that. Where is this? Okay. So when I have a guest, that's from my last AMA. I'm here, there is my guest there. What about we find a way to maybe have something on the side, like something vibing, something, whatever. So I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know what it would look like, or even how to connect it to the live events. So I would need to dig into that a bit, but that's something I would like to do as well. I have seen something with some plugins. I'm not really a big fan of using plugins because my After Effects and Premiere are, let's say, sometimes they have their own life. Sometimes they don't want to work out pretty well. So plugins and all this stuff, it's usually not the best. Look, you love the idea of a progress bar timer during the interview. Great. Well, I'll definitely implement that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And that shouldn't be hard. I mean, I used to know how to do it just with Premiere. So I'm thinking if I can do something a bit more fancy, not sure how, because in the end it's just be a video that with the line that goes from here to there. So maybe I just do that. Maybe I just do a bar in Premiere that is an hour long, and that with a progression that goes from here to there in an hour, and that's about it. Look, maybe you could have chapter section titles on the progress bar as well, like YouTube videos have. Yeah, I could, but that means knowing in advance. If I want to have this live, that means having in advance an agenda, and I don't, because it really depends on my guest and the questions we have on the chat. So if someone really wants to deep dive into we had that during the last interviews. We had a bunch of questions on the technology itself, and we spent lots of time talking about it, which was super interesting. But with some guests, depending on what they're doing, people are more or less interested in their own journey, or on the startup, or on the business, on the technology. So we spend the time depending on that. I don't even do it on YouTube, having chapters, just because I don't have the time. What I do is I remove the video, not really remove it, but like I don't make it live at the end of the stream, and I make it live on Monday after. So I have the time to create a thumbnail, to create a few things. So it's a bit more prepared, but it's actually tricky, yeah. To like, there's a bunch of things I'd like to do, but I have to always think about how. It's not about automating, but almost like, how can I do something where it takes limited amount of time every time. So something that I don't have to do every time, something that is either automated or can be quickly included in my workflow, so that it's just a few clicks here or there, but it doesn't like add a new step, so brand new step. So every time I want to improve the stream, every time I want to work on something about the stream, I have to think about that. It's like, I don't want to have to do too many things manually, just because either when I'm live, I have to focus on my guest and on the interview, or because post-production things, I have to think about the bandwidth that I have, and I don't want to delay making the video live. So that's why I do no editing on the video. Even if we had, like, unless we really had a lot of technical problems, which happened one or twice. Otherwise, I don't want to do any edits to the video. It's more about getting the description, the right tags, the right things, so it goes live well. But that's about it. I'm really curious if anyone has any experience or any reports, any study about the best time to make a video live, because I have started creating shorts to promote the video with very short highlights of the video. And interestingly, 2 of them have done incredibly well. Like, 2 of these shorts had more than 300 views. I have no idea why. And the rest of them don't. So I'm just wondering, okay, did I post them on a specific day? Maybe because I was late when I pushed them, and so I pushed them on a Saturday. Maybe Saturday is a great way to push videos. And I'm wondering, well, maybe I should push further or try to make my videos live on Saturday. I could do that because I do the interviews on Friday. So if I work hard on Friday night, maybe I can get the video out for Saturday. I don't do that because I'm thinking, oh, people are not necessarily on looking for podcasts on the weekend, and so let's wait Monday so people on LinkedIn can also see the news. So I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I'm wondering if it would make more sense to share the videos maybe another day than on Monday. Maybe I should try that, but any data would be so useful. I know that lots of YouTubers have data from their own, from the content they create, but because I don't create that much content, I don't know, I'm always a bit worried to change a few things for some reasons. So yeah, look, you say Saturday makes sense because it's the weekend, so less people at work. It does make sense, but because my audience is also, the startup, talking about startups, it's something that can be related to work. I'm wondering, do they consider that as work? Maybe. That's lots of questions. I'm not sure. Maybe I need to experiment a bit on that. So first, I need to find my next guest, secure my next guest, announce it, and then after the AMA, maybe I need to try to make the video live on Saturday and do the promotion on Saturday. I could do that because I have my workflow to make the video live is, yeah, it doesn't take that much time now because I've done it so many times, and so I have my templates, all my things, so I could technically do it. I think I'm going to try to do that next time. Well, that's what we're going to do. So next time the video will be live on Saturday. Hope many people will click on it and watch it and rewatch it and share it. Maybe more activity than on Monday. Finger crossed on that. Okay, we've been live for a while. I think I am going to start launching the tutorials. What do you think? I have a bunch of them. So we don't have to do that all. I'm thinking starting with the animated numbers because this one sounds quite fun, and then if there's time, the liquid logo intro, because I have seen many videos, especially on Instagram, where people do like this nice logo intro. I have no idea how they're doing it, but it looks so cool in the end when they see the animation, how it works and how they've done it, and it just looks amazing. So I want to try to have one, even if we don't use it. So I'm going to take a short break, very short, and then, because I need more water, and then we're going to do that. Okay, I am back in 3 minutes. 3 minutes sounds good. I am back in 3 minutes, and then we can do the tutorials, mainly on After Effects and Premiere. Back in a few minutes. Okay, I am back. Let me share this screen. Okay, here we are. So with this screen, I should be able to share with you different things. So, what do we have? We have, okay, this, I'm still not sharing the right windows, but that's fine, and the window capture right here. What if I do that? Yeah, you still see that. Fine. Okay, so as I said, I have a few tutorials, and the first one is about creating animated digital numbers in After Effects with no plugins, and that is important for me. As I said, plugins have a tendency to break things down. So I don't know. It's certainly just me and my own installation of After Effects, but yeah, it doesn't really work out for me. So we are going to do that. I don't think there's anything to download, no. So this is a video from Noble Creative. They seem to have a bunch of tutorials. That looks really good. So we're going to do that. I need to launch After Effects, I guess. And for some reason, it's Premiere that is open on my screen. I just hope it will work, because I realize I haven't launched After Effects for a long time. Maybe it's broken. Oh yeah, it takes a while to launch, so don't worry, I am not just not showing the right screen, I am also not saying the right thing, because it just takes ages. Okay, so maybe during this time I can try to share the right screen, and it's not there yet. Is it big enough, the tutorial for you on the top? I'm wondering. Can I just make it slightly bigger? I think what matters is what they say. It's always tough to, you know, to see what really you can see, because for me it's just on the corner. Yeah, I think that should be fine. That should be okay. Maybe a bit small, but yeah, that should be okay. So After Effects hasn't launched yet. Look, you have to go. It was so nice seeing you again, Luke, and keep me updated on what you're up to. And yeah, I'll let you know if I manage to get into the LinkedIn Creator Program. Finger crossed. See you around. Enjoy the weekend, and yeah, keep me updated on what you're up to. Hope I'll see you around soon. I really like having like familiar faces stopping by. It's so nice. Between Luke, we have also David, Yinch regularly coming by, and I am very grateful for you all stopping by, saying hi, sharing your journey. I always love that. I always have a good time when one of you is around, and it feels more like a two-way discussions. Also because we've known each other for quite some time, so that's yeah, I always find it super nice. Is After Effects going to launch after all? Oh, there's a pop-up. Oh yes, it is. Oh yeah, I remember last time I did a tutorial with After Effects live. I remember having some trouble because of the live stream. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I'm not sure why exactly, but I remember having some difficulties back then also. So I have now, right here, my After Effects. And on the corner, you have, maybe I can put it on the top this way. That will make more sense. So on the corner, we have the tutorial we're following. In the middle, in the bigger part, we have the my screen, my After Effects screen. So I think we're good to go. Let's do that. Let's listen to this and see what it's supposed to look like. I have activated the subtitles, which makes things easier in my opinion. And so we're going to check out this tutorial from Novel Creative. Let's watch that.
Hello everyone, welcome to Noble Creative Tutorials. Today we have a new motion graphics tutorial in our series, and I will show you how to create digital number animation in Adobe After Effects without using any third-party plugins. So create your composition and let's get started. So after create your composition, create a new solid and let's name this.
Oh, I haven't created a composition yet. Oh, slow down. Okay, new project then. That's it. Okay, it hasn't started like asking me where it wants to put it. Unlike Premiere Pro. So as you can see, we're going to do like this with nice techy animation around the numbers. My objective with that, and I don't know yet if it's smart or if it's completely stupid, is to use this animation but to create an animated countdown for when I launch the stream. So the idea is, yes, we're going to follow the tutorial as it is right now, but then the idea is later on, either on the stream or later on, I can just use that, reuse that, and have a counter that starts from, let's say, 8 minutes and tells people, okay, when I launch the stream, it doesn't just say, I'm going to be live in a few minutes. It's going to say, I'm going to be live in a few minutes, and then there is the counter that tells you exactly when I'm going to start the stream. I think that would be a nice thing. But yeah, I don't know how realistic it is, looking how difficult it is to create this animation. Like if I have to do one screen, like what we're going to do on the tutorial, one screen like that, but for each number, starting from 8 minutes to 7:59, 7:58, 7:57. I am worried that it may take ages and that may not be the smartest thing to do. I know there are countdown existing and you can add that to your, as an add-on or whatever, but this one looks better. So I don't know, maybe that's stupid, let me know. But we're going to do that, at least follow the tutorial and see what we can do. So they say to start a new composition, right? Create a composition, so after you create a composition, create a new solid. So we have to create a new composition first. That sounds good. Okay, I have a new composition now, so I'm going to create a new solid. Is there any things to know about the solid?
Digital number and make it comp size and hit OK.
Make what? So I have to call it digital numbers.
Number and make it comp.
Make it something on the button, the big button. Okay, so file, new or layer, new solid. Okay, digital numbers, make it comp size. Okay, what about the color? Mine is black by default, but his is white, so I'm going to put it white. Also because black on black we won't see anything, so let's do that. Okay, next step.
Size and hit OK. Then select the rectangle tool here.
Also, please do let me know in the chat about the sound. If it's too high, if it's not high enough, If you can't hear me, if you can't hear them, let me know. So select rectangle tool. Okay.
Make sure you're selecting this layer and let's make a mask here.
Okay. Simple right now. So we are in the layer. We select this. It'd be nice to be able to see both at the same time. But for some reason, it made my screen entirely white, was his is not. Maybe I shouldn't have made it the digital number, something that is white, but I should have let it black. I don't know. Let's get back to the video and come back to... No, it was white.
Make sure you're selecting this digital number
So we've done
and
that.
make it comp size and hit OK. Then select the rectangle tool here. Make sure you're selecting this layer and let's make a map.
Okay, so you're first selecting the rectangle, then you select this, and then you do that. Okay, and we're creating a mask. Okay, we're going to do what they say. So let's do that. We end up with something transparent, but you know, whatever, right? That's the same thing. It's not really very visible though. But you know, let's see what he does next, and I don't want to
Mask
click
here.
out.
This rectangle mask. And then we are going to duplicate this one and double click on the second mask.
Okay. So we're going to zoom a bit. I'm not sure about the size of this thing. Oh crap, no. Hup. Is it a good size compared to what he's done? Oh crap, no. Okay. We can't really change it anyway, apparently. Okay, what if I delete it? Okay, and I create a new one. Right, I do that. And then I try to do something more like what he's done. So something maybe more rectangular, more like that. Okay, that seems to work, fine. And we go there, Control C, Control V. No. Okay. Duplicate then. How do you duplicate? I did it a few times before. Oh, I got it. So I've duplicated it. Does it look like his? Yeah, it does. So double click on the second mask
and hold Control Alt and
okay. So double click on the second mask. Control. Control and what? And make
it square here.
Square here. Okay. Control. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Can I have something to make sure that it's straight? Okay, so we're making a kind of a square. Maybe I need to zoom in. Okay, I don't have my controls. I'm not used to After Effects, so I just want to move this thing. Okay, maybe I can just do that. Nope. Okay, fine, that's okay. Oh yeah, now it's a bit better, right? So it's, oh, I don't get the right one. Oh, I modified the mask 2, not the mask 1. Okay, so let's do Control Z up to here. Okay. Okay, so I can just do that. Nope. Now I can't modify it. I'm pressing the exact same key. But for some reason I just can't do more than that. Interesting. What about I just click transform? No, I don't have that there. Transform. Nope. Now I know what Control and Alt does. Oh yeah, now it works. Okay, I have to do maybe both at the same time. It's really odd. Okay, let's do that. So okay, let's get back there. Okay, I get it now. So I am on mask 2. Hop. Nope. It was working a minute ago. Nope. Okay. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to zoom in. Okay. That's fine. I'm going back there. Okay. I want mask 2. Okay. I could do that. That works too. Fine. So we are making this some kind of a square, right? Yeah, for him it's a square. For us, it's not really a square. Oh, is that? No. Okay, that may be a bit big. Kind of looks like what he's done. Right? Yeah, I think it does. Okay, now back to the tutorial.
And let's move it right here. And Control D one more time and move it to the other side.
Okay. So we... Nope. So we move it, if we can. That's actually harder than what I thought it would be. Okay, so okay, that's right here. Control D. And then the mask 3, we put it out there. Okay, it's not really very precise, right? I think because the background is transparent, that doesn't help. Can I change that? How am I going to change that quickly? Something like, I don't know, panel group setting, no. I need, I think, the panel setting, right? Not the panel group setting. Can I do something with that? Nope, 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 nope. What about here? Let's see. Mask, no. Quality, switches, transform. No, no, no. Okay. Well, never mind then. We are here, like his design a bit. Maybe if we move the mask 1 just a tad on the side. No, that was a bad idea. Okay, let's not try to touch anything and just let's go with the flow and with the tutorial then.
Control D for the last masks and let's select it, move it here,
Okay.
and
So you take the last mask, Control D to duplicate. Then you put it there next to it. What's next? Selected, move
then
it
we're going to
here.
delete this point to create a triangular here, and then Control D again, and let's move it to the...
Okay, I have no idea how you do that. How do you remove part of the points? Like, how does this work? Maybe we'll have just time for one tutorial then. I underestimated these tutorials. No, I overestimated my skills. That's different. So, mask 4, okay. How did you do that? You used a lot of shortcuts. I didn't see much. I think we need something to just maybe cut between the two. So how did you do that? Like that. Okay. Okay. And then Control D. And then you take that one and you put it right there. Right. Okay. That looks kind of the same.
Other side. Let's rename this to organize things. Okay, so now we're going to select all these masks and Control D to duplicate them, and then let's move them up, holding Shift. Oh, maybe we're going to put it right.
Okay. So you take all the mask, Control D. No. Control D, okay. Then all that, keep Shift pressed so it doesn't, it stay quite aligned, and then you put it up there. Okay, right here, that sounds right. The zoom is not, quite right. Can we change anything on that? No, I don't want to grid. No, remove that, please. I thought I could just center that, but no. Oh, okay, so I just removed the transparency grid. It was just something toggled. Good. Okay, now it's also better. Okay, we have something that actually now looks like what we're following up with.
There. And I'm going to duplicate them one more time again, Control D.
Okay.
And let's double click and hold Shift and then rotate them like this.
Okay, so what it does is it takes all of them and it put them up so they all like grouped together. Then Control D again group together, and these one are going to, oops, okay. I'm not sure how to rotate them. There should be a shortcut for that as well. I'm just not familiar with Adobe After Effects enough for that. So how do you do that? Not blending, transform. Yeah, rotation 90. Why didn't it work out? Okay. Transform, rotation. No, it doesn't do anything. Fine. Does it say anything about how to rotate? He double click it, so something like, no, you want Oh, okay. So no, 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 no. I want all that, okay? You can't double click on all that together. Oh, yes, you can. Okay. So you do that, and then how you there's no space. I think I put them all a bit too close together, so let's just put all that up. Okay, and then I take that and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, about here. And I bring that down. Okay, looks fine.
And let's put this here. So now we're just going to start deleting.
I think that he kind of bring them closer together like this is actually, oh no, no, no. Okay, so this is actually a bit more in the center, like really align with them. Okay, like that, and that is a line here like that, right? Really close.
And adjusting these elements we create. So let's move this one right here, make it shorter just like that, and delete this one too, and let's move these and rotate it like this, just over here. And we're going to do the same here, just
okay. So he asked us to change all that, but he deleted most of them after. Interesting. Okay, so he deletes this one, I believe. Yeah. Okay. And this one as well. He moved that up. And this, oh, crap. No, that's not how you do it. Okay. Why is there two of them here? What's this one? Remove that. And now I just want to move this one up. I think that's too much to ask to move that up. No, that's not doing that. What am I doing? Okay, maybe I should have started back to After Effects with this maybe a slightly more simple tutorial, right? I mean, this one is pretty tough. And I feel just that I haven't been back to After Effects for such a long time. I'm feeling very much like I have no idea what I'm doing. Come on, that's just this mask. Move it. I could move things earlier. Why I can't just now? Why can't I just drag the shape? Now I can. I don't really get it. Okay. Ah, we get it. Okay, okay. So I do that. Okay, so I have a square. Kind of. How does he put that here? Okay, so he creates a bigger one and then puts the triangle. So I've actually done it not right. So we do something like that. Okay. And then we take this, we rotate it. Okay. And then, nope. Nope. Okay, and then we put there. That kind of looks like what is done. Maybe we need to put it a bit closer. Like that? No. I think we deformed it. Okay, let's just leave it this way. That will be fine.
These two, Control D, and move them right here.
Okay.
You can actually use the grid if you want to be precise here about the size
Yeah,
and
I was
all
going
other
to do
things.
that.
We're going to get back there and now going to duplicate this rectangle here.
Okay, so we are going to take the two of them. No, we got three. Two of them here. Not sure why we got three. I want just two. Okay, that's fine. We take that, we duplicate, we put all together and wrap. Am I gonna move them again? Okay. Nope. I really need to get just basic things like moving things around. That's just crazy. I just can't do that. Okay. Okay, I got it. What have I done? Okay, back here. Just wanted to bring that up, the views. Oh, I got it now. Great, great, great. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. We got it.
Or this triangle. Double click on it and rotate it like this, put it just there.
Okay.
And we're going to duplicate these again and move it right here.
Okay, that should be fine. So here we take this one, we duplicate it. I think we didn't duplicate the right thing. Please catch the right thing. Okay, okay, I got it right here. We're going to do. How does he put it already? Okay, something like that. Okay, and then that should crap. That's not here. Nope. Stop modifying my triangle, please. Okay, so that's mask 17. Okay, let's just say it's aligned. Okay, we are not going to try to move it around. Then we select this one. No, have we selected anything? No. I have no idea how to select this one. Are you selected? No, nothing is selected. How? Okay. Oh no! Am I breaking everything? Come on. Okay, I don't know if it's this tutorial or it just doesn't fit with me today. Okay. Duplicate it. Now, duplicate it. Fuck. Okay, that's mask. Mask 15. Mask 17, 16 right here. Okay, we duplicate and that brings us mask 19. 19, can you come please with me? Oh yes, 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 right here. Okay, okay, right here. Okay, we got it, we're fine. We don't really, because there's no precision in this tutorial, it's really odd, but we don't really end up in the same situation because everything is a proximity where you put the top and the bottom, so it's a bit odd, to be honest. It's okay.
Okay, so let's move all of this here.
Ah, I'm not the only one struggling selecting anything, even if he's a pro and I'm not.
And then rotate these just like that.
Okay, so we are going to take on that. Okay, that seems aligned, and then we select this one only if we can. Nope. Okay, and we rotate it this way. No, I said the other way. This way. What are you doing? I just want to rotate it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. What are you doing? Okay. Okay. Unselect. We're good. Maybe there is a way to not show every single point here like we do. How can we do that? Nope. I think that's something maybe I put in the settings before for another project and never really changed that. I'm not sure. Sorry. Moving around. I'm not sure because I feel that it's kind of it's not really the best. It's kind of prevent us to see the shape of the corner and the distance with the other corner properly. I'm not sure what it's called. Maybe something of anchor point or something like that. I have no idea how to remove it, but I'm thinking that would be much easier if it wasn't here. But yeah, I don't know how to change that. Yep, that's fine. We will do with that for now because I have no clue how to remove that. Okay, so we're there. Okay.
And always duplicating the masks. Move this one here and rotate this one from
so we do the same, right?
So basically the idea right here. So basically the idea is creating the number like 8
That look like that. So we have to do something that looks like that. So we need to duplicate this one. Or we can just duplicate this one. Put it right there. Is it really aligned? I don't think so. Maybe we should have used the grid. I don't know. Doesn't really look very aligned. That will do. That let's say that will do. So we take this one. We also duplicate it. Okay, so that sits there. This needs to rotate. Okay. Right, like that. What else do we have? Oh, that's not this direction? No, that's not this direction. Okay, okay, okay. That's another direction. Like that. Okay. So, we have this one. It seems to disappear when I... Oh, I didn't realize. No, it's not. I don't know. That's really odd. So let's see. Where are we at? You have this, the corner over there. That works. The corner here seems to work. Okay. This one needs to change direction. Something like that. Okay. Here and here. Okay, that seems to be fine now. We have made all the modification that is kind of symmetric. I don't know why we did all that. It would have been so much easier to just duplicate and like duplicate an entire line, and that was it. But anyway, have our number 8 right here, kind of.
Here,
not
so
yet.
now going to duplicate these. Let's duplicate these. Mask
Okay.
and move it right here. So maybe this one, going to move it like this.
Okay, so we are taking the 3 crap now. 3 right here. We duplicate them. Oh no! What am I doing? Take them. Okay. No. I'm doing something. Okay. So, stop touching that. Try get these. So we need to get these 3. We duplicate them. But I don't see them being duplicated. Oh, they are right here. So let's bring them together. My masks are a mess. And then, no, I can't get them out. Okay, I got them. Let's do that. I think it's too close. Okay, and then he rotates these. Okay, and I think we're going to have to rotate these as well. No. Well, it works already, right? It looks like an 8. All that to get to an 8. That's a lot of work.
So now we have the number 8. So let's select all these masks and just double click and we can transform it to look even better than how it was. So let's make it just like this. And so we can make the spacing even better than how it looks. Maybe here there's some spacing not look good, and all the good things you can make it so this is not
Yeah, if we
what
had
I'm
used
going
a
to do.
grid,
I
we
will
would
leave
have
it
ended
for
up with
you.
this kind of
So
problems.
now we have all the pieces here. So what I'm going to do is get here. Let's see which one is this. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to maybe a second frame and create a keyframe on mask opacity and put that to zero. Move one frame.
Let's get back to that. Just rewind a bit.
Leave it for you. So now we have all the pieces here. So what I'm going to do is get here. Let's see which one is this. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to maybe a second frame and create a keyframe on mask opacity.
On mask opacity.
And put that to zero. Move one frame and just create a random opacity here.
Okay, how many keyframes does it put there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It doesn't have to be the same as mine, just we're going to give that random opacity here. So let's preview and see how this looks like. Okay.
Okay. No, I get what he's going for. Okay, so we take this. We take this one, which is mask 15. We are going to create where is it? Something with opacity. I think it's K. That's right. No. P. Oh crap. No. Crap. No, that wasn't that. Let's back to this. No. Layer, footage, layers. Where are my layers? Okay, mask. 15, here you are. Mask opacity. Okay, let's create a keyframe. Does it start at 0? No, he doesn't. Okay, so let's do something right here. Okay, mask opacity. Okay, so this one is 100%. What if we put it at 0? This one here at 20%. This one as 93. This one 46. This one 72. This one 28, and one here at 85. What does it look like? I think they're not close enough to each other. That doesn't do like his. No, that's not great. Okay, let's do that. Let's get a bit closer to this. Let's at first let them bring them closer to each other. Something like that. How about that? That's not really good. How does it look like for him?
Let's preview and see how this looks like.
Oh, actually it looks quite similar to his thing.
Opacity here. Okay, it looks fine.
Just goes faster than... No, it's about the same. I think it's fine. Okay. I think we made it work. It looks a lot like his own thing, so we are on the right path.
So what I'm going to do now is copy these keyframes, and on this digital number layer selected, hit TT twice, hit number layer selected, hit TT twice.
Okay, so I copy, Control C, on this TT. I have no idea what it does. No, I don't think it did anything.
Twice, hit T twice. These keyframes, and on this digital number layer selected, hit TT twice, hit T twice, and it's going to reveal all the mask's opacity.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's supposed to do. It doesn't do anything.
Opacity here, so I'm going to do is just select all of it and then Control V to paste.
Okay, so Control C, mask 15, Control C, and then select all the mask and Control V. Why everything is over there? I know why. Control V. It has to be okay, Control V. Okay, how does this work? Yeah, that works, right? Everyone just like is no, that's not what am I looking for. This, okay. But I'm not sure what happened with the video.
And so it's pasted here. So what I'm going to do is randomly move and stagger these.
Okay. I see what you're doing. I think there must be something maybe else to do that, you know, to randomize all these things. Doesn't really sound doesn't necessarily make sense to have always to do things manually when you have such repetitive things. But let's do that. Okay. One by one, we are getting there. It's actually very hard to do things randomly when you're doing it manually. You're kind of overthinking it, trying to find a pattern that looks like it's random. You don't have that many possibilities here, but still, it's about finding what actually looks random. And you're like, does it really look random? I have no idea at this stage. And until I play the thing entirely, I won't be able to tell. But I'm confident the result will be good. I'm wondering, with the idea I had in mind initially to do a counter, this may be overkill. That this may be too much. Yeah, this may be lots of work to do a counter. Plus, he just taught us how to do number 8. Now, maybe I can use the same kind of system, but on existing numbers. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. So what does it look like? Okay, I think it looks pretty good. Kind of some randomness there, yeah. Next.
Keyframes, so they're not storing at the same time. So as you see in this preview, the animation look pretty cool, and we can make it a little bit better than this, but you get the idea. Let's say we have now the number 8 and you want another number, for example, 7. How we can do that without recreating the whole thing? So the idea here is just zero out the opacity of some element there.
Yeah.
So how I'm going to do that? For example, the 7 is going to be same this side here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is select this one, this mask, so it's selected for me here. So I'm going to double click here on the last keyframe and put 0 there, and do the same thing for the other masks here. Just select it and double click on that and 0 out its opacity.
Okay.
So select this mask, 0 here.
Before doing that, I want to see what it looks like in
this
the end.
One, put 0 right there. The same for this one. So
okay.
So as you see in this preview, the number 7 look very cool, and we make it very quickly from the number 8, and we can do the same thing for the other numbers. So this was the tutorial of today. Hope it was very useful for you guys, and if you have any questions, just comment and I will do my best to answer them. And don't forget,
I think it worked quite fine. I'm actually surprised. The first part is very long because you have obviously to have like all your all the different parts put together, and so that's very long. But I think it looks good. Do you think it's possible to actually use such a thing to, I don't know, to do a counter like I initially thought? I'm thinking actually, like when I saw the different steps and the time it took us, at the start to do it, I was like, we're never going to do that for counter, because that means creating lots of numbers. But now that this first part of the work is done, it's more of a matter of copy and pasting, changing a few things here and there, but it is done, so all that doesn't have to be done again. So I don't know, I think it's it could actually work as a clock, you know. I use that, I maybe make the animation a bit longer. Like duplicate each line to last a bit longer, so we have a bit of a longer animation here. And then we maybe can try that now. Like, let's take this first mask, we copy that, and we just put it right here. Okay, and if we do the same thing with this other line, okay, let's do that right here also. Here, because anyway, that's the same sequence already. So it's just not starting at the same time for everyone. Okay, we'll make it a bit longer here, a bit longer there, at the right line. Okay, right here. I'm sure there's some I've been following sometimes some tutorials where you have like a bit of code, especially when you need to randomize things. You just put a line of code. You don't even need to understand how it really works. Does a great job. But, you know, that's okay. It's not like there were too many lines anyway. But I'm sure we could automate some of these things, or at least reduce the number of different elements here by better copy and pasting and maybe grouping some items. But I'm not a pro, so I don't know, just my guess. Okay, we've done them, so now they should be lasting slightly longer. Okay, so that's much better. Now if I wanted to do another number next to this one, I think I would just select everything. Can I do that here? I select everything, put that right here. Okay. Okay. So I think we need to kind of close all this mask. Fine. We duplicate all of them, put them there. Okay. I think it would be good to group them. So let's create, how can we create a group here? Can we do that? I'm bad at After Effects. I am really not good at it. I have much more experience with Premiere, a bit with Photoshop. I'm definitely not a pro at Photoshop, but you know, I can do a few things. I am much better with Premiere, and when I get into After Effects, usually I want to do things I do in Premiere, which is not how you should be thinking, because that's completely different type of project and type of tools. So you may not be able to do the same thing, which can be frustrating. So you have to kind of stop thinking in one way and try to think about the other way, because that's how this tool works. Can I do something like that? Maybe I can't. No, I don't want that. Maybe I just can't, you know, create like masks, folders. New. Yeah, no, that will create an entire new folder. Okay, fine. So until 47, it's a different mask. It's a different number. So we put a number here. Okay, it's already animated. And then let's say we want also like 2 dots in the middle. So we're going to take one piece of it. Let's just take this. We duplicate this one, bring it, no. Please come with me. Okay, we put it here. Sounds like the middle. Yeah, okay. Reduplicate it. Put it there. Okay. Now if I don't know what I did here. I don't want to render right now. Bring me back to the composition. Okay, and now, as he said, we changed the number here. So let's do 8, 3, right? 3, which means that we take this one. No. We have to carefully pick the one we want to remove. So we can maybe keep this one. No, we don't. So where is it? Okay, that's this one. So the last point here is at opacity 0. We do the same for this one. Okay, opacity 0. Then this one. Opacity of the last one 0. This one. Opacity of the last one 0. Then this one. Come on. Okay. This one, opacity 0, and eventually this one. Last dot, opacity 0. So where does it bring this us to? Okay, everything is like, oh, I see. Oh no, I see what I've done. When I changed the opacity, when I change the opacity of these 2 points, I've actually moved them. That's okay, that's okay. So maybe I have left some points there. Yeah, this one. Stop running. This one goes there. Okay, have I left any leftover points? Yes, one here. Okay, more than that. Okay, so I need to bring them back. I think we should be good now. It works. I think it works great. Now, do I want to do every number like that? Maybe. I mean, if I do, so let's say, instead of having 1 solid, I do 9 solid, 10 solid, because we need 0. So we do 10 solid. All of them is a number. We put them in the right place. And we basically copy and paste. Let me check. Can this actually work? Does it have to be a digital number? I think it can work. So you know what? I'm going to save these. Let me think further for the next stream. Maybe we'll have a counter that is pretty cool at the top, and you'll see. Maybe I'll share it on social media. I think it's a win because you know what? once this first work has been done, so everything we've done today, when this is done, there is basically very little adaptation to do to turn it into something usable in a different context and expand it from just one number that is like flickering to something a bit more complex. So the first step was a pain, like moving everything that looks the same shape, that is aligned and everything. And even though here, I don't want to restart from scratch, but there are a bunch of things that could be improved in terms of alignment and everything. But it works, right? And so I like how, I like how things moves. It does work. So let me think about a few things. If I should, spend the time to actually do all these numbers, looking at it doesn't take that much time or not. I'm going to think about it. And yeah, let me know what you think also. I know that we don't have many people left because this kind of create extreme don't always bring much people, but let me know what you think. If we should actually start use this foundation to start creating a counter, or if there is something else smarter to do. The progression bar that I mentioned earlier in the stream, I don't think we really need to do that in doing a live stream to create it together, simply because I think I know what I'm going to do, and I'm simply going to do a simple, in Premiere Pro, I'm simply going to do a big line that is going to be transparent. Oh, can I do transparency with that? I can't. So I'm going to do it with After Effects then. Let me rewind. I'm going to use After Effects. Simply do a big line, transparent line, and having a rectangle that is going to just, don't even need a transparent line. I just need a rectangle that goes from here to there, from the side of the screen, from the start of the screen to my name, something very discreet, but that people can get it, that's the duration of the interview. And yeah, I think that's going to be it, really. So maybe next time we can focus the tutorials and the creative part on an introduction, like I've mentioned earlier, some liquid shape, something I would like to play around with. So yeah, we'll see. If you have any other ideas, let me know. I'll be more than happy to try different type of tutorials and create different kind of things. As usual, it has been a pleasure to be around, to be live. This stream actually is live for quite some time now. We are live for almost 3 hours. That's long. So yeah, I need a break from my screen. But I'll see you soon. As mentioned before, I'm going to try to secure a guest for our next AMA. I don't yet know when it will be, so keep an eye out, because also I'll be traveling in 2 weeks, which means that in 2 weeks we will for sure not have a stream on the Friday. That can't be an AMA because I'm not here. Maybe on Saturday, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, keep an eye out on my Twitter. That's usually where I announce the stream, as well as on Discord. And feel free to reach out anytime if you have any suggestions about things that we could do to improve the stream, or simply to try out during a Create Tech stream. Anyway, speak soon everyone. Take care, enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you around.